And we are live. Hey y'all. Yes, okay. We've been having some issues the past couple episodes getting this stream to Facebook and YouTube, but it looks like we are live from Facebook. So hey y'all, happy Tuesday. I hope y'all are having a great day. I can say that it has been a day for your girl personally, but we are here and we are smiling and we are ready for showtime. Okay. We are about to get our guest here on the live, Marquise. We was doing setup here prior, so we stepped away for a second just to make sure our backgrounds and all of that stuff was secure. But yeah, talk to me. How y'all feeling on this Tuesday? How was y'all day? Y'all work day? I'm gonna get some tunes going here. More independent artists coming your way. Yes, let's get this music going. So this song before I started, it's called Fighting For, and this artist, the name is Reagan Gray and featured by Yana S. So if y'all don't know Yana was on my best friend's song, Kevin Terry, his song Glaze. So Yana has an amazing voice, an amazing individual. Love her. So, and shout out to Reagan for having her on the show, or on the song. So I hope y'all like it. This is Fighting For.
Damn, I gotta deal with this shit every day.
What you said last night. And we are live. Hello and welcome to Get Into the Bag. I am your host and founder, Embryo Coleman, and this podcast is brought to you by Columbus Black and Mild. That's where the This Is was supposed to go. Columbus Black serves to be the primary source of communication in Columbus, Ohio. So make sure you all are following them on all social media platforms. And then Mild, making your life entertaining is the next generation of software where you can curate your own experiences with just the tap of a finger. It's free, easy to use, and when you're looking for things to go, places to eat, you just Mild it. So we're gonna get Marquise here on both lives. Come on, mainstream. Hey. We are live from YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to share the link with anybody on Facebook, you know, the elders, you can share the link from my Facebook page. How was y'all Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. We're going to get Marquise here on the live for Instagram. We're 2 out of 3. And y'all missed my spiel on this song, but this song is by Reagan Gray. It's called Fight For, and it has one of my favorite artists, Yana, from Cleveland. So shout out to Yana. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Baby chill, got me rolling up the split, stop yelling. I'm listening all the shit that you saying, stop compelling. What if you lose me? Best thing in your life. I like this. It's giving like jazz, R&B. Like did you get the don't do something that you can't take back. Can you hear me, Marquise? Did you get the request for your Instagram? Because sometimes we tripping. Hey. Happy Tuesday. It is Back Talk Tuesday. And you are live. What's up, sir? Let me turn this down. All right. So y'all know what it means when that music goes down. It is showtime. Hey, Marquise. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. How are you?
I'm good. Hold on. Let me turn my volume up because I can't. We're going to turn it up. There we go. All right. Let me make sure I can hear you now. Go ahead and say a little something. Can I hear you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can. What's up?
Nothing much. Taking things one day at a time.
To my mantra. Well, we're so excited to have you on the show today for many reasons, just everything you got going on. You are a busy man, so we're going to talk about all the great things that you're doing right now. But for those who don't know you, give us an introduction. Give us your name, how old you are, what city you rep, all of that.
Oh, man. Okay. I don't want to get too corporate with my elevator pitch, but hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, 27, currently serving as an associate creative director. So,
associate creative, Cleveland, Ohio. Period. What part of Cleveland?
West Side, John Marshall High School graduate. I know everybody different, but rep of the West Side of Cleveland.
You know, you got to come from somewhere. So I ain't knocking no part of Cleveland, West Side, East Side, any side. It's all, well, I ain't going to say it's all Cleveland, but we know how that goes.
Cleveland, we'll give it to them.
Right. Well, give us an introduction. Your business, right? Because you told us what you do, that your day job, but people know that you have a business, right?
Yes.
So, get into that.
Yeah, so own and operator of Mainstream Creative. So what we do, I'll give you a little background. We started in the middle of the pandemic. And so the hope was that we were able to provide remote service to people in need, right? So we kind of changed the dynamic of how we produce content. We're no longer doing it in person. And so essentially providing that service for individuals across the world. So whether it's brand identity, whether it's experiential design, or whether it's something that related to multimedia production, we're a one-stop shop for everything you need from ideation all the way through execution. So again, taking pride in being able to put that VizCom education to use.
Yes, I absolutely love that. And I'm sure that's really helpful, especially with everything with the pandemic, things being remote, you being able to help people across the nation, across the world. That's awesome.
It's dope. It's a great opportunity to just, reach people in new ways, right? People are looking for services and opportunities that don't require them to leave home. So being able to provide a service for individuals across the world is exactly that.
Got you. Now, is this we really we like the business, or is this we like you? Like you?
It's we. I will say our business model is a little different than usual. So we don't have a full range of like part-time or full-time employees, but we definitely hire on a contractual basis. So there's nothing that I'm ever doing alone. I know that I have some former Bobcats that I work with. If you have a skill set and we have a need, we'll definitely be sure to kind of mesh those two, depending on the client request.
Yes, staff. Okay, come on. And y'all are hiring?
We are. If you are looking for an opportunity, reach out, let me know. We'll see what we can do.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Okay, so we're going to get into my first segment, Break the Ice.
Okay.
And I really like this question because I was thinking about this myself, but what lesson did you learn the hard way?
Oh, the hard way. That's a good one. The hard way. The importance of relationship. I think I don't want to sound too cliche, but I think the importance of relationship, I think I learned the hard way. I used to approach relationships as transactional. Used to approach them as kind of like, this is more, give me what you need, I'll give you what I need. And that's kind of what it is. But the importance of just kind of cultivating and maintaining a relationship, I think I learned the hard way. But I think I've also been granted the opportunity to right my wrongs. So just understanding the power of relationship in that same essence is the most important part. So I think the power of relationship.
Yeah, I think that's really good. And that's funny that you say that. I learned a lot of lessons the hard way. I mean, I'm a proud Taurus, very stubborn.
Okay.
So there's really nothing that nobody can tell me that I already don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a lot that I don't know. So I would say kind of in the same realm, knowing when to walk away from relationships and partnerships, just situations that don't serve me. That has been like the biggest lesson I had to learn the hard way, because I'm real passionate, but when it's time to walk away, it's time to walk away.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. So I like that. Next question for you, because I'm all about setting goals, being intentional. What goals did you set for yourself this month, personal and professional, that you were able to accomplish?
Yeah, you know what? And this is about to sound cliche. I'm gonna sound like a book, but roll with me. for me, this month's goals for me were not even about like any personal accomplishments. We'll get into it later, but for me, I have students at University of Wisconsin, Kansas State University. So for me, it was a matter of getting them kind of where they needed to be as far as curriculum, as far as kind of like being caught up as they prepare to graduate. So my goals this month are actually not even pertaining to anything associated with me, but more or less the students that I have to impact.
And I think I like that even more because like that just shows how selfless, you're being in this moment. Would you consider that your professional or your personal goal or both?
One and the same. I think my mission here on earth is to really inspire. I know that's cliche, but I think what I do is, and you saw it in the quote, I want to just create change. I want to change how people see things, how you perceive things, how you approach things. Again, for me, I think they're all one and the same.
So any aspect where you're changing, you're creating that change, that's you living in your purpose.
That's exactly it. It's exactly it.
Come on. Well, we're gonna move on here, and we're gonna talk about what's been up recently, like what you got going on.
Whew, that's a long list. How much time we got?
Okay, so we got a solid hour. Let's see how much you can sum up in an hour.
Yeah. Oh man. So as I mentioned, just started a new role, serving as the associate creative director at a company called Octane. So it's the parent company for ShipStation, Stamps.com. So that's my new full-time gig. I'm overseeing a lot of different components there, from some of our collateral pieces to a rebrand to building out our team, right? So just different components there. But I'm also teaching, like I mentioned, I'm teaching user interface, user experience design at Kansas State University. Running mainstream creative, trying to get a nonprofit off the ground. I'm doing a little bit of everything.
So what is the timeline? So like you go to the creative director job for the 40 hours, and then when do you teach? Like when is all of that worked in?
Yeah, so I mean, as you can tell, it's a lack of sleep.
Okay.
We're not getting sleep around here, but I work 40, so it's a fully remote role. So I'll get up, start my mornings around 8. So 8 to about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'll work. Students start class. Actually, this is a night class. So they go to class from 7 to 10:30. And then after 10:30, about 10:30 to midnight is probably time dedicated to the nonprofit. Midnight to about 2 is the business. And then we'll lay it down and start it all over again.
You lay down at like what, 4?
Yeah, that's a mild night. That's a mild.
Keys, you gotta go to bed.
I do.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna work on that. Do you feel rested though? Do you feel like you got enough rest to do what you do?
You know what? Anything I don't have, Red Bull Associates gets me together on. So I cannot complain.
Okay, I like how you answered that. That was a nice little go around. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take that. So you're doing a lot, right? The whole teaching thing, how did that come about? Is this your first year?
Yeah, so we're wrapping up year 1. That's a story. So, and I think it ties into probably one of the other questions, so I don't want to jump the gun too much, but I was granted an opportunity from 2 Tips and 10 Talks. So what ended up happening was they were looking for someone who could take a very dense curriculum and kind of break it down and disseminate it in a way that was succinct, quick, easy to understand. And my proof of concept was 2 Tips and 10 Talks, right? So having this idea that I wanted to use to empower other people allowed me to get into a classroom and teach a formal curriculum and kind of help students with that matriculation through the world of design.
Yes, and we're going to get into that. So you say that very fast. Say that again.
What part? Am I talking too fast?
No, the tips, ticks, and talks.
Oh, 2 tips and 10 talks.
2 tips and 10 talks. You must say that a lot because you got it down.
Yeah, it's for her. It's second nature at this point.
Got you. So for people who don't know what that is, 2 tips and 10 talks, tell us a little bit about that and the content behind it.
Yeah. Oh man, 2 tips and 10 talks. So 2 tips and 10 talks started as this idea. So 2018, I think, was my first like full year in corporate America, right? So I had pivoted into corporate America and I was like, you know what? I'm finding that they're hogging a lot of information, right? There's a lot of terms that they throw at us that kind of throw us off or put us in a situation in which we don't feel empowered to get more information, right? But then as I learned and I started to grow, I realized, you know what? these large terms actually mean these very fundamental ideas, right? They use these big words that kind of confuse them. So I said, you know what? I want to teach novice people who are maybe interested in this but don't have the formal education or degree to pursue it, this information, and I want to teach it very quickly. And so I came up with this idea of trying to teach this information in 10 seconds or less. And so it's 2 tips and 10 talks. So if you know the sound of a clock, as it tick-tocks across the clock, 10 talks is 10 seconds. So 2 tips and 10 talks.
And that's the social media page, right? For people that want to see more of your content?
Yes, if you were looking for the lessons, feel free to visit 2 tips and 10 talks. That's the number 2 tips, the number 10, and then talks. So 2 tips, 10 talks.
Got you. And we'll make sure to tag that in the show notes as well. But no, that's a super awesome opportunity. Super dope how that came about too. So you're busy. All of that to say that you're busy.
I am probably a little too busy for my own good, but we're maintaining.
Okay, we're maintaining. I'll take that. As long as you're okay, you're not having any breakdowns behind the scenes, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here to tell my story.
That's right. I'm here. Well, you've won some awards this year too, which congratulations about those. So the awards that I saw, just looking on your social media, it looks like in March you won the Muse Award. Shortly after that, you won the bronze in the Telly Awards.
Yeah.
So tell us first, the Muse Award. What did you win that for, and how was that significant to you?
Yeah, so I worked for a company called Assyrian. Again, if you don't know what Assyrian is, it's if you ever bought a piece of tech off of Amazon, it's a little box that says add a protection plan that pops up right in your cart. Company, again, is the company that I work for, and we were actually kind of pivoting strategies. We were pivoting into our direct to consumer approach, meaning that we were going to stop selling through our retailers and actually start to sell insurance directly from us to our consumer, right? And so we started to build campaigns and develop storylines and narratives that help to tell the story as to what we do and how we could help to bring change to your life, right? We were able to hire a director, hire a big production team to help tell our story, and that story ultimately ended up winning us quite a few awards. And what made that dope was we were able to just really be diverse and inclusive on screen, right? So there's one of those commercials is a Black mom and a Black daughter. Another one is a minority dad and a Black daughter. So we were just being very intentional, and that intentionality, I think, translated to success as far as who we were able to reach, how that was able to convert, and then ultimately, some of the awards we were able to win.
Love that. Diversity and inclusion is like a big thing I've been seeing on LinkedIn, just jobs opening up that way, in that field. So that's awesome. Congratulations on that. How did that make you feel winning that award?
Crazy. It's crazy, right? And I hate to say that we work for awards, because I don't want to say that I work for validation, but it is not much the work that we do, right? So we put a lot of time and a lot of effort into how we strategize and how we create. And so we have an opportunity to put that in front of the world, and the world receives it. So with open arms, right? It's a great thing. So I would have to say it's a great feeling to win a few awards.
Now, did you make the calls on a lot of things that were put into this video, or was it a team effort? Like, talk about that a little bit.
I cannot take credit for all of it. Again, I had an amazing creative director in Bonnie Sager. I had a great team of writers. It was not me alone, but we were able to set the precedent for, this is the concept. This is the big idea. This is how we're going to tell the story. And this is how we plan for it to translate on social, on OTT, on some of these different platforms that we couldn't expect, right? So I didn't do it alone. I can't take credit for it by myself, but I will say it was an amazing team effort.
I want to see it. Is it like on YouTube or something like that?
My page, actually. So I'll make sure I'll DM it to you so you can watch it. Okay,
period. I want to see that. And then the bronze, you won the bronze in the Telly Awards. Now tell us a little bit about the Telly Awards and that award. That's significant.
Yeah, the Telly Award, if you're not familiar with the space, the Telly Award is, I don't want to say the Grammy equivalent, because you can win an Emmy in what we do, but the Telly Award is another way to be recognized, right? It is one of those that we know around the industry as a formal award, and it was for the same campaign. So we were able to win a lot of numerous awards for the work we were able to produce for the campaign. So yeah.
Come on, awards, getting your flowers early. I love that. Love that for you.
Early and often.
Congrats. Well, so you do a lot of media. It sounds like media is your life.
Yeah.
Did you go to school for media, or did you kind of just fall into it? How'd that happen?
Yeah, Scripps kid. So graduate of our multimedia program at OU. So right out of school and over, again, my degree is in interactive multimedia design from Ohio University. So that's what I pursued. That's my degree. And even during my time at OU, even before graduation, it was a lot of different components in my different organizations, my different opportunities that allowed me to kind of like, cultivate that skill set.
Yes. And you were very known on campus. I mean, I think you graduated right before I got to campus. We were talking about that a little bit, me being a transfer and all. But what type of student were you? Were you like the tucked one? Would you like the work hard, play hard at OU? How was you?
I'm my own story. I'm gonna say I was out the way. I was out the way. I was out the way. I would say I wasn't doing too much. And that's in full transparency. I wasn't doing too much. Yeah, I was out the way. I would say I was tucked, kind of focused on what was next, always kind of looking at tomorrow. So yeah, I was out the way.
Out the way, but you was involved.
I was.
Yes, very involved. Shout out some of the organizations that helped you at OU, helped your growth.
Oh man. If I do this, I'm gonna forget somebody. So I don't want to do that. But I will say, shout out Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Of course, Ohio University Media Society, Multimedia Society, OUMS, amazing. Scripps Diversity and Inclusion Board, amazing. I'm gonna forget some, and that's why I hate to go on the list. But those are the three that I think really.
Those are some big ones, yeah.
They really helped to drive a lot of the opportunity that I had. BSCPB, thank you.
I was just about to say that. I'm like, where you?
I hate to do this. Thank you. Again, even I wasn't a member of the organization, but they definitely leaned on me to help tell their story, right? As far as content, and that's why I say I hate to run down a full list, but tons. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm saying absolutely like I did it. I ain't do it, but absolutely. But yeah, shout out to the bros, the Phi chapter. Love Phi. So many great relationships formed from Phi. So shout out to y'all, period.
Yeah, we make
good in my book. All right. Well, so we did the Ohio University thing. I always like to go back to the breaks because we got to talk about a memory, something that something that's special to you. So what's your favorite memory being at OU?
Oh man, I think you called it relationship. You called it relationship. I think when I think about how we even navigate, and I told this story a while ago, for my first year out of college, I didn't even know how to properly socialize, right? Because it was one of those things where how we communicate, how we socialize was through drinking, right? Like meet me at Brownies, we're gonna grab a drink and we're gonna talk about it. Right. And so how we even properly socialized had to evolve. Like people don't drink the way we did, right? Like we don't do that anymore. And so you cannot be in corporate America asking for a round of shots, right? Like that's crazy. But I would say my memories, I won't call it the best 4 years, but a very monumental 4 years of my life that allowed me to cultivate lifetime relationships, lifetime partnerships, lifetime businesses with people that I can never forget, so for sure.
Yeah, I always tell people there's magic in the breaks. I've had so many Bobcats. Y'all are doing so well. So I'm proud of y'all. Shout out to Black OU, Black Bobcats.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, you talked about a little bit, transitioning out of OU. Go into a little bit about what life looked like for you. When did you move? Because I know you're not in Cleveland anymore, all of that.
Oh, man, I've been all over the place. I am truly a Rolling Stone in the professional sense. I started immediately after graduation. I moved to New York City. From New York City, I transitioned to Philadelphia. From Philly, I transitioned to Charlotte. From Charlotte, I moved to Dallas, and now currently in DC.
Wow.
Yeah, I did a lot of moves.
Between you and Jawan, because Jawan was in New York and then in California and then in Mexico. So between y'all two,
yeah,
y'all don't have no problem picking up and moving. That's awesome though.
Yeah, not at all.
What would you say was your favorite place? Because those are some big name cities.
Ooh, my favorite place. Ooh, this is where it gets tricky. I think I have favorite places for different reasons, right? So Philly culture. Oh my God. The culture of Philadelphia is absolutely amazing. Hands down, one of my favorite cities in the world. My time in Dallas, I was working for the Dallas Cowboys. And so that opportunity for me gave me a very exclusive experience as to what life could be, right? So flying private players, kind of having the access for your ultimate creative ideas. That for me, I think was great. But I would say even now, DC has taught me so much about just, again, the importance of relationship, networking, being on your P's and Q's, right? So recognizing that preparation is truly the one pillar that you have control of, right?
Right.
Being prepared, making sure you have your T's crossed and your I's dotted. So I think every city has taught me something different. But again, I just enjoy traveling, learning those lessons.
I love that. And you don't have no problem. You could just pick up, go like, and live in another city, no problem. Who helping you move?
These relocation.
I'm like, because you must got some real good friends.
Yeah. So I mean, relos. So every company offers an opportunity if they see you fortunate enough to be talented enough, they'll move you to where you need to be. So, work.
Got you. Okay. Work. It's mainly work.
Work.
I'll take that because I'm like, I know your friends is like, you moving again, bruh?
Oh yeah, they're not moving me after the first time. Second time, I'm cool. Yeah, but
especially if you got a lot of stuff, and judging by your background, it looks like you know how to decorate. So
you know what? I'm a shameless plug. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my mom. That's one thing that her and I bind over is interior decoration, interior design. So I'm from a digital standpoint. This is definitely another avenue that I'll probably explore at some point.
Okay, come on, interior design. A lot of men don't really have that touch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to business now. You know, we talked a little bit about personal. So let's get on to the business things, right? So you did mention that you still work your everyday, your 9 to 5, your 40 hours a week, right? Tell me a little bit about how you prioritize, you know, your role and then your teaching role. How do you prioritize all that time?
Yeah, I think, so I work off of like 3 different rules, right? So the one rule is when you wake up, you get everything you got, right? Like you put your best foot forward every single day.
Right.
Written off of no excuses. I think another part of that is what I think really helped to increase my productivity is if it takes you less than 5 minutes to do it immediately, right? And so I stopped having to create checklists at work because a lot of the stuff that they really require you to do at work isn't really so task oriented that it takes multiple days.
Right.
List because we just go from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting, and we don't really take the time to maximize our time. But in full transparency, I think it's a matter of just putting my best foot forward, and if it takes me less than 5 minutes, I'll do it. So if there's a student who wants to meet, I'll put 5 minutes on the calendar and I'll do it immediately. So I think that way I'm not building up this repository of like things to do. It's ultimately all getting done in a timely manner. So
okay,
that's my approach on it. And between that and giving it everything I got, I think prioritization is pretty easy.
Priorities. And it sounds like your time management, you got it down pretty much to a T. So
I wish I'm gonna send you a screenshot of my calendar, but it is back to back to back. When I say I really have 30 minutes, like it's really 30 minutes. So
I believe it. Well, we're gonna keep it rolling here because I don't know what you got to do at 8 or 8:30. So no, I'm just kidding. But you are a busy man, all that to say. So when you're not working mainstream creative, what are you working on to develop in your business?
Give me that a different way. So I want to make sure.
So like, what are you working on business wise? What are you trying to create that's new?
Yeah. That's a really good question. So I think I'm evolving existing ideas. I still believe funny story. I say this all the time. 2 Tips and 10 Talks preceded TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. So I had the foresight to understand where media was going. Like I knew that we didn't want to watch content for 60 seconds anymore. I knew that people want to watch it for 30 seconds anymore. I knew that it had to be quick, it had to be bite-sized, and it had to be it had to hit, right? For me, I'm just evolving all of the information, all the ideas, right? So I'm taking my experience from today and my ideas of tomorrow and trying to figure out how do I continue to elevate some of the pre-existing ideas that I have. So I don't know that I'm working on anything new, just kind of evolving some of these older ideas.
I love that. Ain't that so crazy how social media has changed that? Like we used to read and now we can't stay focused for more than 60 seconds. Like, ain't that crazy?
Craziness. It's mind blowing. And if I don't get too technical, but yes, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And the stuff that we consume within a day, like within seconds, we're just consuming so much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. So what's the goal of your business, the overall goal and your brand?
Yeah, so mainstream creative has really been the precedent has been set for us to really help to bring purpose. So the model that we kind of operate off of is personifying purpose through creative content, right? And so it's not just helping to develop the best logo, right? Because I've already checked the box that we're best in class, right? But it's really helping to personify purpose. So what is your purpose and how do we bring that purpose to life? Like, how do we add a breath of life to your idea, to your vision, to your plan, through some of the skill set that we bring to the table? So whether it's copywriting, video production, animations, brand identity, whatever the case may be, because we offer a full scope of work, it doesn't matter what it is. We want to make sure that we're just helping to personify your purpose. So ultimately, that's our goal.
So this is for small businesses, large businesses, entrepreneurs, everybody?
Single person, 10,000 people, 10 million people, a trillion people, 6 people. It doesn't matter. Again, we treat it all the same. We give every client that very personal experience as far as understanding what you're attempting to do, being able to synthesize that and then give it back to you in a way that the world can understand.
Absolutely. I love that. So for people that's wanting to work with you, how do they get that process started?
Yeah, link in, I hate to say it, but link in bio, right? So where you just go ahead and book with us. You can book. So we have a consultation session that's free, 30 minutes. We give you a checklist. You first, last name, email address, phone number. You book with us, we'll free consultation, and we ultimately just sit down and we help me to understand what you're attempting to do, right? A lot of have ideas, but we don't know what those industry terms are. We don't know how to go about articulating that idea. And that's where we step in as your bridge to help you get to where you want to go.
Yes. Well, if you're on the live, if you know of anybody who is looking to brand themselves, get their animation, anything together that they're offering, make sure you reach out to Marquise because his work speaks for itself. I mean, very talented man. And it sounds like you're going to have a great experience working with him. So make sure y'all book that 30-minute free consultation. And I love to ask this question. I don't ask it every episode, but, with your business being off the ground and established, is there anything that you feel like you would have done different in your process?
You know what? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, because I think all of those lessons led to the progression of where we are today, right? So I learned the lessons some the hard way, like you asked me earlier, but I think through those lessons, I've kind of shifted the business to fix that problem, right? So no, I wouldn't say so. Nothing that I would switch.
You wouldn't do nothing different? I
don't think so, because I think I would be avoiding a lesson that is just so vital to me today, so probably not.
Right, everything got you to this point, so.
Exactly it.
Wow. Well, I love that because most people, I ain't gonna say most people, but most people would say no. But some people be like, you know what, maybe I could have spent more time drawing up this, differently. So that's an honest answer. I appreciate that. With social media being such a big presence within just everything that we do day to day, do you think there's going to be more demand for content creators coming soon?
I think the demand for content creators is today, right? It was probably yesterday, if I'm being completely honest, because businesses are usually reactive, right? They're not proactive in being able to have foresight to see what's next. They usually hop on trains, hop on bandwagons that the people dictate, right? And so as I think about some of that, absolutely.
Now, do you ever get frustrated? Like you feel like you created like a bomb video, a bomb TikTok, and it doesn't get like the engagement that you thought?
Of course, we all go through it. That's normal, right? That's normal. But I think for me, the frustration never lies in the reception, right? Immediately look at it and I say, I have to approach this differently. My strategy for deployment has to be looked at differently, right? So it's not a matter of me posting and doing something incorrectly. It's a matter of me revising my strategy so it reaches the people that I want it to reach.
Right. So you're not really looking for a viral moment?
No. I think no. The quality of work is so high, it's not going to always go viral. I had this funny story before where someone thought that one of my posts was a paid ad because of just the production quality, right? So you have to understand like where you fall in the grand scheme of how people consume content. The work could look like it came from something that I don't want to engage in ads. You're going to continue scrolling past it, not realizing that you actually know the person who posted it. So different components like that where I don't take it personally.
I got you. Do you plan to do your business full time, or are you still trying to do, everything you're doing?
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to make Main Street Creative the vision and the plan, right? So where it's a matter of consulting, delivering and executing against work for clients full time. But until we get there, we're gonna spread our eggs out and we're gonna keep getting to it.
And get into the bag too.
That's a shame.
Well, if you're on the live and you have any questions, make sure you ask them now. I'm gonna drop them in the chat. Make sure y'all talking to me too. I love the engagement. And while y'all are dropping those in the chat, I want to know: do you have like a media mentor?
Media mentor. You know what? So I have quite a few different mentors.
Okay, go into that.
So I have a personal mentor, Ralph Murphy. I don't even know if he'll see this, but I'll make sure he gets to it. Ralph Murphy. Personal mentor of mine, great guy. Also, he's a bro from Toledo. He was one of my mentors from out of high school, really helped me to navigate that transition from high school to college and then college to professional. As far as professional mentors, I have an old boss of mine out of OU, Erica. She kind of helped me with navigating the business of being a creative. So kind of the business of being creative. And then I have other mentors that I just kind of pick and pull just as I kind of go to these different spaces to help me, propel and excel. So
yeah. Do you seek them out, or is that are they like drawn to you?
I think it's a natural like relationship. I think you connect the first time. You're like, oh, we should keep doing this. Like, this is dope. Like, I was able to learn from that. You were able to teach me. We can kind of see the power of our relationship. So we continue navigating that together. So I think it's pretty natural.
Got you. So you got a couple different mentors for a couple of different things, which is dope. Who are some professionals that you look up to, or people in the business that you look up to?
Oh, see, it's gonna sound like I'm not looking up to anyone, but it's not the case. I really just keep my eyes on my own paper. And that's just in full transparency. Like, I'm not really looking.
I feel that. No, I feel that.
Not looking at the field to figure out what they're doing. I'm doing research. And I'm allowing that research to drive my innovation. So a lot of what I do is driven off of analytics and driven off of information. So I'm not really looking at understanding who these individuals, what they're doing as individuals, but I'm looking at where I can take this thing, right? How far can this thing really go? And I'm using it to work that way.
I think that's real, because I feel like, not trying to sound arrogant, but I feel like I be feeling the same way. Like, yeah. I don't really look up to anybody. I just focus on what I got to do and try to make it the best every single time. So exactly. And when you're not working, because I got to know, like, what's your hobbies? Like, what do you do when you're not working?
I see some of my family here, so they're going to already tell you it's either work or sleep.
Wow. Okay.
If I'm not working, I'm working. I'm really passionate about this thing. It's one of those things where I know this can change the world, and so I don't take it for granted. And so I wake up and I pursue this relentlessly every single day. So when I'm not working, I'm working. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do next. So outside of that, if I'm not at the gym, if I'm not eating, if I'm not traveling, I do travel a lot.
Okay.
Work.
Okay, well, that's good. I love to hear that you travel, because I was about to ask, like, does that work for you? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
It does, because again, I love it so much it doesn't feel like work, right? Yeah. I know that the bills paid, and I know it keeps me happy, but it's really just I'm deadline focused on what I can do with this thing. So
okay, well, I respect that, but I do want you to go to bed. I definitely do want you to get some sleep, but you do travel, so maybe when you're traveling, you get some sleep on a plane. I don't know.
That's exactly it. Yep.
Okay. Well, what is look at my own paper? 2 people have said that.
Oh, it's something what I said earlier in regards to not having inspiration.
Got you. Okay, because I was about to be like, wait a minute, what's this? Is y'all saying something I don't know about? No, got you. Well, let's move on to my favorite segment, give them their flowers. The time where you can give flowers to anybody who supported you, motivated you. This is the time.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wish I had my Grammy speech ready, but family, top of the list. I cannot forget about the family that has helped support me to this point. Friends, bros, I just thank you. A lot of people who just kind of had the foresight to just trust me and kind of take my word for what it was and taking it for face value. So friends, family, thank you. That's all I can say. Just thank you.
I love that. All those mentors that you named, all of that.
Yeah, all of them, so much.
So what can we be on the lookout for? What's coming from Mainstream Creative?
What is coming? Content series. I can't tell you too much about it right now, but it's definitely on the way. We have a lot of cool content coming down the pipeline. As I mentioned, trying to get a nonprofit off the ground. That's going to be an amazing experience. We're gonna 2 Tips and 10 Talks is gonna turn into a full-time teaching opportunity. So if you are looking to learn design, video production, photography, animation, that'll be a full course load that you can take on demand, one-time payment on demand courses. That'll be one-on-one time with me. You'll get, again, crash course. So you can expect 2 Tips and 10 Talks to transition into a full-time on demand course load.
Got you. Now that nonprofit, what can we get a little bit more information on that? What's in the work? We're
really helping to transcend how people see homelessness. We're about to change. We're about to change that for good, and force us to dig a little deeper. That's all I got for you right now.
That's it. Okay, because I was about to pull for some more, but I'm like, I think that's it.
We're gonna pull up the heartstrings a little bit, but I think the most important part is transcending how people see people, right? We kind of judge off of the physical, the first impression, right? And we want to change that. So I think that is a passion project of mine that we should see off the ground here pretty soon.
Okay. Does it have a name at all?
All right, I got you. I promise you, I'm gonna hit you with the breaking news as soon as you.
Okay. Well, I had to try to dig a little bit. Well, I'm so excited for all the things that you got coming. Like I said, very proud of you. I want you to get some rest though, but everything, it seems like it's working for you and you have a plan. So congrats.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. We have reached our end. Tons of gems dropped in this show. And like people, if you want to work with them, link in bio. He said it.
Link in
okay.
bio. Before we guys, I know that you built this platform and you've done a great job of cultivating and curating just a plethora of people from all over the place, right? From leveraging those different relationships that you have. So just want to tell you, still keep going. If there's anything that I can do to help you, just let me know.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I will be in contact with you for that because I have an idea I'm trying to cook up. So I'll be in touch, but thank you so much. Before we get out of here, Marquise, you got to leave us with a positive note to send us off the rest of our week.
Positive note. Let's go with the comments. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Let's do that. Keep your eyes on your own paper. I think if you do that, you'll be all right.
Wait, hold on. Your sound went out for a second. Do it again. Positive note. Sorry.
Positive note. We're going to pull from the comments. Keep your eyes on your own paper. I think if we stay focused on what you're passionate about and what brings joy to you, you'll be okay.
There you go. Look at my own paper. Well, thank you so much, sir. Like I said, you have some great things in store. I can't wait to see what you do. You are the change this world needs to see. So you are welcome. Go enjoy your night. I don't know what you got planned, but you bit. So you go ahead and enjoy your night. And until y'all, I want to let y'all know that I will be on hiatus. Getting to the Bag is gonna go on hiatus for a little bit. Just some things going on. I'm really big on, motivating others, but I want to be in the right mindset to keep this going. So we're gonna take a break for a little bit. And we will be back when I feel like I'm ready to come back.
Cool.
Real. So love y'all. Continue to run up the episodes. I got some great stuff in store when I return. So make sure y'all be on the lookout and make sure y'all keep getting to y'all bag. Good night, y'all.
Cool.
Good night.
See you.
What you said last night.